Hello, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be using the Finnity XXL, our favourite fully automatic sniper rifle, though I'm not going to be using the normal spec that I would use in my normal sniper build. It's just too different of a weapon, and it demands too many different build directions that I've ended up separating the two. So to start with gear, obviously the Undead Eye. The Undead Eye is a class mod that I've kind of moved away from, but it works really well with the Finnity XXL. Bloodshot in general, Definity's got so low base damage that Bloodshot is still very, very good for this, instead of running Amp. I found Undead Eye and Timekeeper's New Shield better than Amp and Teen Witch for the Finnity specifically. Then it's the Duct Tape Enhancement. This gives us a 100% chance to crit whilst we're overheating. The Finnity lives in overheat. With 19 non-overheating shots, I get about 70 to 100 overheating shots, so that's a lot of free crits. And we've got heating up to help that as well. The amount of overheated shots before breaking is increased by 50%. That you get the best returns with Affinity, so absolutely worth taking. And then the third point for some extra gun damage, and Deadeye for some crit. This ordnance is just really for firmware fodder, and then the rep kit I've gone for the war paint because 30% fire rate, 30% all damage. Yes please. Definitely. And if you want some mobbing, you can just use normal snipers and kill drones. Whilst normal snipers aren't the most optimized on this particular loadout, it's good enough, especially in mobbing. And kill drones are kill drones. Kill drones are always going to be good. In terms of the skill tree, yeah, we kick out enough bullets that a kill skill oriented spec was just the way to go, even for bossing. So that's just straight down Grave Sights, Grave Implements, Grave Power, Drink Full into Mortal Terror. We get Guns and Needles with our class mod, so we don't need to spec that. Bloodletter with some material components helps as well. Bloodletter, because we're getting 100% crit, it was just giving us good damage. And the goal with the Finitume is to kill any boss before it overheats, so getting essentially more total damage in our mag. Bloodletter does a very good job of that. So yeah, very, very worth the 8 skill points here. These 3 were just kind of left over. Then on the right hand side here, we've got Ars Arcana into Essence Leech and Blood is Power. Blood is Power is an extra instance of damage for the purpose of Mortal Terror, Bloodletter, and importantly, Undead Eye, giving us around a 50% chance to trigger Bloodshot rather than 33, so that's much better. And it's also just good damage, so with Essence Leech here. And then Bloodshot itself. Bloodshot converts your shot into non-elemental, which means that the firelock of the XXL isn't so bad versus, non-flesh targets. But more importantly, it allows our shot to benefit from skill damage, and skill damage stuff applies to our gunshot, which is why we also go Ars Arcana instead of Grave Vitality. Grave Vitality's health increase just isn't very much, especially when using Timekeeper's New Shield. It doesn't apply to that portion of the health. So in terms of damage output, and just in general, Ars Arcana is the better option between Grave Vitality and Ars, so always go Ars. It's just 9% per point, 50% of our shots are benefiting from it. It is just the way to go. Normally, with Bloodshot, we go 1 out of 5, just to enable that skill damage interaction with our shots, but as I say, the Finnity XXL has low enough base damage that still playing around Bloodshot and Timekeeper's New Shield does work very well, and I found it to be better than running Amp, and more consistent than running Amp, with the Finnity in particular, and it's, again, why I separated the 2 builds out. And then specializations, Best Defense, Riddle You This, Contamination, I Am a Gun, and Hone Mind all basically felt relatively equal in what they were giving me, so just pick, 3 out of the 5, and then the final point in the zone, we're going to be beaming things down. In the zone is very powerful. And then in terms of the tree to put excess points into, it's Killer. Critical hit damage that goes in a healthy portion of the damage formula, as well as status effect damage for the bleed. It is just the best tree. Killer is just good. So all excess points go there. For the weapon itself, it can roll as either a 14 mag or a 19 mag. Either raw is good. 14 mag gets you to your overheat shots faster, which means you're getting your auto crits faster, whereas the 19 mag will essentially just give you more total damage per mag. So if you're struggling to kill the boss before overheating, then the 19 mag will be better, and if you're killing the bosses comfortably, then you might want to opt for a 14 mag size. Now, farming that whilst also getting good stats will probably be a bit of a pain, so I would suggest in general just go with the highest card damage by fire rate. You could ignore card DPS with this weapon because it will incorporate reload speed, and reload speed is just not a relevant stat for us because ideally we're killing the bosses within one mag, so just go for card by fire rate. And then if you need the 19 mags, try and get one of those as well. Also, don't forget that this weapon with CV weapons in general, it will kind of remember how many shots it's fired in overheat. So after every kill, just empty the mag out and let it break, because otherwise you'll go into your next fight, you'll fire like 2 shots in overheat, and it'll break on you, and you'll be like, why did it do that? So make sure every boss run, you're completely emptying the mag, just so it can properly reset. So yeah, with that, thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the kills. Have a wonderful evening. Stay safe, stay awesome. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.